All right, for the next few minutes, let's just throw out everything you think you know about money. Seriously, we're not going to talk about saving your pennies or making a budget. Nope. We're diving into the real engine that creates wealth. This is kind of like the playbook they forget to give you in school.
Okay, first things first. Let's bust a massive myth right now. You know how we're always told, go to school, get a good job, get that good salary? Well, take a look around. Are all the hardworking people you know with good jobs actually wealthy? Yeah, not even close. See, a salary is really just you trading your time for money. True wealth? That's built on something totally different. So, what's the secret sauce then? If it's not just about working harder and harder, what's the actual difference between people who get ahead and those who are just getting by? Well, it all boils down to a super simple three-part formula. And honestly, anyone can get this.
And that's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. I call it the real wealth formula. It's this simple three-part system that for some reason most people never learn about. But trust me, once you see it, it's like a light bulb goes off. You'll start to see how money really gets made in any industry anywhere on the planet. So here it is. The three pillars are value, skill, and leverage. That's it. That's the whole engine, and figuring out how these three things connect, well, that's the absolute key to unlocking what you can really earn. So let's kick things off with the first one, value. All right, let's dive into value. Now, this is the absolute foundation of the whole formula. I want you to forget about job titles for a second because this has nothing to do with that. It's all about the problems you solve for other people. To put it simply, value is just how useful are you? That's it. See, money isn't the actual goal here. It's just a byproduct, a result of you solving someone else's problem. And get this, the bigger and more painful the problem you solve, the more value you're creating. And yep, the more money you can make. But here's the thing, not all value is created equal. I want you to think of it like a ladder. On the very bottom rung, maybe you fix one person's cracked phone screen. Hey, that's useful, that's good value. Now, step up to the next rung. What if you made a TikTok that taught thousands of people how to fix their own screens? See, that's even better value. But what's at the very top? Imagine you build an app that connects everyone with a broken phone to local repair shops. Now you're not just fixing one problem, you're solving the entire problem at a massive scale. That's high value. So the big takeaway here is this. Working super hard on a low-value task, it's literally like running on a hamster wheel. You feel busy, you're sweating, but you're not actually going anywhere. The real goal is to stop focusing on being busy and start focusing on being useful. So the question is, how do you get more useful? Well, that leads us right into our next pillar. Okay, so if creating value is the destination, then skill is the vehicle that gets you there. Your skills are basically the tools in your toolbox that you use to solve those important problems. You can think of it as your own personal earning engine. So what is a skill, really? It's just a specific ability that you build up that lets you create value for other people. This could be literally anything, learning to code, writing copy that actually makes people buy stuff, or even editing a short little video that ends up getting millions of views. It's the how behind creating value. Just think about this for a second. Imagine two people, and they both have a free Saturday. Person one spends, 8 hours just scrolling through social media. Person two spends those exact same 8 hours learning a new skill, like video editing. At the end of the day, where are they? Person one is in the exact same spot they started, but person two, they now have a skill they can actually get paid for, a skill they can sell. You see the difference? One person just consumed value, while the other learned how to create it. It really is that simple. Skills open doors. They create opportunities. I mean, you can't get paid to solve a problem if you don't know how to solve it, right? But just having a valuable skill isn't the whole story. The final piece of this puzzle is the real game changer. And honestly, it's the one that most people miss completely. And that brings us to the grand finale, leverage. If value is where you're going, and skill is the engine in your car, then leverage is like bolting a massive turbocharger onto it. It's the thing that takes your impact and just multiplies it. We're talking 100, maybe even 1,000 times over. So what even is leverage? Basically, it's any tool that lets you completely break the connection between your time and your money. It's the secret to doing the work one time, but getting paid for it again and again and again.
It's how you can help a million people with the same amount of effort it would take to help just one.
Without leverage, you're pretty much stuck in a trap. Think about it. You only have so many hours in a day, which means your income will always have a hard limit, a ceiling. A classic hourly job, that's the perfect example of having zero leverage. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. That's it. The end.
Now, compare that hourly job to, say, creating a digital study guide for a big exam. You grind and you put in the work to create it once. But then you can sell that exact same PDF file thousands of times to students all over the world without doing any more work. Your effort is totally disconnected from your income. That is leverage.
And you know what? The single greatest leverage tool ever invented is probably in your pocket or on your desk right now: the internet. With just a phone, one single person with one skill can now reach a global audience instantly and basically for free. It was never possible before in all of human history.
Okay, let's put all this together with a real-world example. I want you to imagine two people. They have the exact same skill, but we're about to see how applying this formula leads to wildly different results.
Let's talk about Maya and Ben. Both are incredible graphic designers, right? They make custom logos for gamers. Now, Maya goes and gets a job at a big marketing agency. She designs for one client at a time, basically her boss, and she gets a fixed monthly salary. Her income, it has a hard ceiling. Ben, on the other hand, starts a YouTube channel where he just shows his design process. Suddenly, streamers from all over the planet see his work and want to hire him. Plus, he creates packs of pre-made graphics that he sells on his website 24/7. It's the same skill, but Ben used the internet as leverage, and he totally blew the cap off his income. So you see, it all comes back to this simple game plan. If you really want to earn more, the answer isn't just to work harder, it's to work smarter. So, step 1, increase your value. Find bigger, more painful problems to solve. Step 2, build the specific skills you need to actually solve them. And finally, step 3, use leverage, like the internet, to multiply your impact way beyond what you could ever do with just your own time.
So just forget everything you've been told about getting a good job and slowly climbing the corporate ladder. Value, skill, and leverage. This is the real operating system for wealth. This is how the game is actually played. So there you have it. The formula is right there, out in the open. The question isn't how does money work anymore. The real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. Now that you know the rules, what are you going to do about it?